Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Kat here with a timeless reading. Timeless meaning irrespective of the date or time that you come across this reading. If the message resonates with you, then it is for you. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the reading. Many of you probably do know that in the month of May, I am doing all of the readings with spreads, so this one will be no different. Now, on this channel, we talk about shining brightly quite often, as Aquarius is the star card in the tarot, and I do believe that we are all lucky stars. We're all under the same sky, under the same stars, and we are all lucky. So there are times, though, when it can feel difficult or fearful to shine brightly, to allow ourselves, give ourselves permission to shine brightly, or where we feel like we may be hiding. And so that is what we're going to look at in today's reading. So we're going to start out with the first spot here, and this is the current energy or the overall influence. The second spot here is, what is your fear? The third spot is, what might I lose by staying in this fear? The fourth spot is, what might I gain by staying in this fear? The fifth spot is, what will I gain if I move towards this fear and or lean into it and take action? The sixth spot is it safe? And so we're actually going to do two cards here with that one. Is it safe for me to move into this fear? And the seventh spot is the advice or the action. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what is going on for you here, Aquarius. So the overall current energy or influence is the Knight of Pentacles. So within that Knight of Pentacles, there has been some lack in consistency. So some days potentially you are really allowing yourself to be authentic, to be genuine, to really shine, allowing yourself to be seen, your voice to be heard. Now, other days, there's a potential that you kind of wilt back into the shadows. So what is coming through here is, as an influence or this overall energy, is this almost a desire by you to have this consistency or the stability within who you are. Yet there are days where we feel very high vibe, and there are other days where we feel a little bit more low vibe, and that can come into play as well, Aquarius. What is being indicated here with this overall energy or influence is this feeling or this want to be more consistent or to feel a little bit more stable. So what is keeping you from that? What is keeping you from shining brightly, or having you potentially, what is coming through more often than not, hiding or keeping yourself small? Let's go ahead and look into that. So your fear within allowing yourself to be seen, allowing yourself to shine brightly, that is coming through here, Aquarius, is the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is this thought that you may come off as actually being ingenuine. You're afraid that you're going to come off as being inauthentic, and that people are going to continue to see potentially you for who you maybe have thought that they've always seen you, because people see us in different ways, and people also have their own thoughts about us, which are none of our business, Aquarius. So but what is coming through is your fear here within shining brightly, within coming unmasking, if you will, is that people are going to see you as actually being inauthentic, as being ingenuine. And so that keeps you stuck in that fear, stuck in that place. Sometimes we have this very exuberant energy, and we're just almost kind of in your face. And that can kind of throw people off, especially when that is actually our authentic or genuine energy, and we try to stifle that. That can throw people off when we really let that out there. But as you continue to do it, Aquarius, that is going to actually become the norm, and people will realize that that is just who you genuinely are. Okay, now what might you lose by staying in the fear? So you have the Two of Swords here, and that Two of Swords is really coming through as this feeling that you are separated, almost like a black sheep is what's coming through. So you may lose that. And for some of us, that can feel very fearful. We can feel very afraid of losing that, not knowing how we may fit into a community or into kind of a collective. A lot of times, we can be in this space where we hide ourselves or we keep ourselves almost separated. And so that is something that can bring about fear when you think about putting yourself out there, Aquarius, into situations or into crowds or in with people. That can bring up some anxiety of sorts, or that heightened feeling of fear, because there is that almost deep-seated space within some of you, Aquarius, where that really just feels overwhelming and very difficult for you. So, right, you may be losing, what you might lose by staying in this fear is that connection, is that companionship, is that almost indecisiveness as well, because indecisiveness or being at a crossroads is coming through here as well, Aquarius. And sometimes being indecisive means that we don't have to really make decisions. We can stay back and kind of almost play it safe. But even within doing that, that is a decision. So that is something to really, really understand. Now, what might you gain by staying in this sphere? So this is coming up. You might gain your comfort zone, Aquarius. You might gain staying within that comfort zone. And for some of you, that feels kind of okay in this moment to just stay where you are, stay where it feels safe, stay where it feels stable. You may gain that as kind of a secondary gain and feel like you are really, really in the safe place, in a safe haven of sorts. This doesn't bring that happiness that potentially you're looking for and or that connection, but it does help you to stay safe. So that's kind of a something you might gain by staying in the fear, is that safety, that comfort zone. So deciding whether this is almost coming through as just that playing it safe, being safe, playing it safe, and really, really having this moment or this time with that Ten of Cups that you just don't really have to think about anything or worry about anything. Really, what's coming through here is like Netflix and chill, or numbing yourself to not really have that connection or not really have that almost stability, but sacrificing that in a way for what feels like safety or a comfort zone, what you've always known, Aquarius. All right, and the next card you have here is, what will you gain if you move into this fear or lean into it and really take some action? So you have the Page of Swords coming in here with that. And the Page of Swords is really coming through as really having this connection, this deeper connection, and also having that consistency, being okay to take that mask off, Aquarius, and really show people who you truly authentically are in a very genuine way, allowing yourself to be all of who you are, to shine brightly, and to let other people see that. This is really, really moving into that space and trusting that the right people will be there with you and around you, and that you can be who you are, even if that's very bold, even if that's very loud, even if that's very vibrant, right? However that comes out, or if it's very shy, very quiet, that you will find those people that really, really are in your corner, that are like-minded and with you. This is really about gaining yourself, gaining who it is that you are, as well as that consistency and that stability to know that you can be all that you are. You can shine brightly. You can be, kind of mystical if that's how you are, or you can be kind of almost even for some reason an outfit that is mismatched is coming through. That's the vision that I'm seeing. even if you are a little bit different, Aquarius, because different is always good. We don't really want to be robots or the exact replica of other people. And sometimes we can hold that fear. Sometimes we can hold that kind of feeling within ourselves to hide ourselves because we are different. And what's coming through here with this, what you will gain is you will gain in really being your authentic self, but also showing the world who you are and allowing yourself to be unique. And in the same way, it does give others permission to also show their uniqueness and or to really allow them to open up and be who they are authentically. So you would gain a whole lot by moving through this fear, Aquarius. And then the next one, is it safe for me to move into this? And we have this card, the Nine of Hearts here, which is a yes, Aquarius. It is safe. Now, you always tune into yourself and your gut feelings. Also, notice, right? Ask yourself, is it safe for me to move through this fear? Is it safe for me to really allow myself to be this bold, authentic, really genuine version of myself? Always ask yourself and notice what comes to you first. That very first instinct, that very first knowing that you have is the answer, not the second or the third, because that's your logical mind stepping in to really kind of talk you out of it almost. So you have the Nine of Hearts here, which is a yes, and to do it with love and with grace for yourself, all right? You also have the Magician here. So it is safe to really, really, right? This is manifestation. This is alchemy. This is almost like the changing water into wine. This is you really coming out of your shell, unmasking again, if you will, and allowing your true, genuine self to come out. So the answer is yes, Aquarius. It is safe. As far as the reading goes now, you also tune into yourself. We all have different situations, events, perspectives, experiences that for some reason that may be different for you in this moment, but that doesn't mean that it can't shift very, very quickly. So really tune into yourself with that as well. Now, the advice or the action that you have here is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is coming in with this reminder, Aquarius, that sometimes we can let our fears, our excuses, our kind of, you know, this feeling of not really being sure, that indecision, filling out a crosswords, we can let it kind of cripple us, or we can use it as a crutch or an excuse, or we can kind of stay in a victim mode that keeps us in that comfort zone. So your advice with this, Aquarius, is to allow yourself to move out of that. Take small steps if you need to, as sometimes it feels much like it's easier said than done. Yet you don't need to be within that space. You can have that feeling of safety. You can have that kind of overall energy influence of that stability, wanting to be in that stability, that consistency, genuine, being authentic, and being truly who you are. And you do not have to use those excuses. So notice when you're making excuses, Aquarius. Notice when you're holding your comfort zone as an excuse, and when you're kind of ready to get outside of a box, so to speak, and or to kind of push the comfort zone. That is the action that you need to take. If you're invited to do something with a new friend or with a group or however, that isn't something you would normally do, maybe say yes and allow yourself to have that different experience. Allow yourself, again, that mismatched outfit is coming into my line of sight here, or into my vision, my sight. Allow yourself to dress the way that you truly would want to. If having 10 earrings in your ears, or having a nose ring, or having tattoos, or not having those things, right, is what really works for you, and you've never allowed yourself to have the earrings, or to dress in the spiked shoes, or to dress in all black, or to dress in all yellow, however that resonates for you, right? If you've never allowed yourself to do that, Aquarius, allow yourself to do it. Allow yourself to tune into, lean into that feeling of confidence, that feeling of self-authority, that feeling of just knowing who you are, as well as with love, being authentic, genuine, true to yourself, and allowing other people to have their own thoughts and own opinions, because it's none of your business, but also allowing yourself to really show the world who you truly are. All right. Ooh, that was a gorgeous, gorgeous reading. So if you have been not allowing yourself to shine brightly, if you've been hiding from things, Aquarius, really tune into this and see where that fear is coming in for you. See what you're feeling as far as if it's safe for you to move out of that. And if you're staying kind of using crutches or staying within this excuses or victim mode or like your comfort zone, and really work to move yourself out of that, because it is going to be beneficial. I see this blooming flower. So this is like you blooming up out, Aquarius, and allowing yourself to be truly authentic and truly genuine within yourself, which is such gorgeous energy. All right, I do intend this reading resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit that like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so that you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the channel, and it does help me, your girl, out, and it also helps the community out. As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors, and I'll see you in the next reading.